at the Outback Motor Speedway. First time we've got to run Appalachian Mountain Speed Week Series. Actually had the promoters here, Jason Clapper and Kurt Smith. Hope to keep them here. It's another good late model series that we like to run. Here we got this regional one here, and then we'll end the season next week with Lucas, and that's a pretty good way to do it. But 1 week out, 1 week back in here. Pretty tough race, though.
Yeah, it definitely was. We try not to stay down too long. Ended up having a new car, new chassis, new body, everything last week, and just didn't. Well, it wasn't bad, but I made the wrong tire choice for the feature. I should have listened to the guy that builds them, but I guess I've got to do that once every year to get my own butt killed out there. But tonight was good. Car was excellent all night, from warm-ups to time trials. I messed up in time trials. I should have been a little faster, but driver error happens every once in a while. But definitely a good night for all of us. We had 5 cars in the feature, which is flat out awesome. I know Uncle Jimmy puts a lot of hard work into them, and to put 5 of them in the feature is really amazing here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. But you know, you kind of got made your laps, I guess, down there low, what you need to do, because you kind of got hung out there and they was coming on you, but you made enough there to hang on. You was happy you didn't have to start on 8, but I don't think you were real thrilled with the one you started on.
No, well, I mean, you got to run them all. It's just about building your lead up, and I knew starting on 4 that they were going to be chasing me at the end, so I needed to run hard, not wreck, and put laps in between them. I was able to do that. Brent ended up getting, I think, 3 behind or 4 behind. I mean, he was rolling. If we would have had another 10 laps, he'd have been there. So that's just part of it. You know, the rotations, they really don't hurt you that bad. You know, you got to run them all. It's just more of a mental thing when you know, oh, I got to start on 4, but it's all in slot car racing. I mean, got to run them all.
Yeah, because you had a pretty big lead. And, Alan was coming, Jimmy was coming, and Brent got down there on the bottom, and he got within 2 laps of you. He was coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's part of it. He got a good pill draw tonight, and you know, which doesn't happen every week. And you know, it was starting on 3. I knew that he was going out. I knew he was going to be really tough ending on 1, so I was really kind of focused on him, making sure I passed him, made my laps, and put laps in between us. But I got to say thanks to Uncle Jimmy, everybody here, everybody at Appalachian Mountain. Hopefully I'll be staying on the front stretch with them guys at Hagerstown when we run over with them. If we don't run too bad throughout the year, starting off and the car's pretty decent, we're going to plan on probably running all of them, so that'd be a cool deal, you know, running 7 or 8 tracks, different tracks every day. We did that with the 3 State Flyers when we were out running different tracks every weekend, and it helped me as a driver being able to, you know, not just stay at Hagerstown or Winchester every week.
Yeah, you know, you take this with Kurt Smith and Jason Clapper putting this on, and I know they do it just for the love of slot, you know, love of dirt late models, like we're almost doing this with the slot cars. So, you know, yeah, it would be good to have all of you all that have your real late models to support them since they're supporting us.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know we'll support them at Hagerstown, but it really just depends on how we run throughout the year. If we don't come out too hot, then we probably won't do a whole bunch of racing outside of Hagerstown until we get it figured out.
All right, man. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, here we are back at Outback Motor Speedway, second place Brent Hoddle. Again, going to want to thank Kurt Smith and Jason Clapper from the Appalachian Mountain Dirt Late Model Series, Speed Week Series, actually. So you was coming. I told Trevor, I said you was a lot of laps down. Between you and Alan and Jimmy, you all was catching him, but just a little too late. Too little, too late.
Yeah, one of these has got to come my way, right? The last couple of weeks I haven't had good lane rotation. This week finally had good lane rotation. I had to go look at the engine department in my car. We took off. It was kind of, it wasn't bad, but through the middle of the race it felt real sluggish, almost like I might have got some rubber or something built up in the motor and it burned it off or something, because with 2 rotations to go it wanted to take off again. But through the whole center of the race it just really felt like I was dragging an anchor behind me. But yeah, hats off to them. They've been rolling all year. They was out for a week and they come right back to victory lane, you know. And when you're on a roll, you're on a roll. I'm going to peg it as I'm hoping I win the Lucas race next week. I've run 2 thirds in a row, now 2 seconds in a row. Next week's got to be my week. I mean, I don't know what more I could do. I've worked and worked, and I don't know. I felt like I had a good car, and I just feel like the motor tried to lay down a little bit. So I think if I had a little bit more motor, would have been good. So I'm going to spray it out and clean it out and check it. I might have to put a new bullet in the gun, I guess. We'll see what happens.
All righty, well, ain't much to say. You know what you had to do. It was a tight race coming down. That's what I told Trevor. He knew where he was at. He had to make his on the bottom, and then he went out to the top, and he was a sitting duck, but it was, did he make enough laps? And he did. Y'all made it a race, but he hung on out there.
He did, yeah. I mean, I was kind of he won with a comfortable lead, and I ran second with a comfortable lead. So I hate running second. I hate not winning, and it's been a long time coming for a win. So I'm getting really hungry here. I should be a whole lot happier. It's tough to make an A main here. It's tough to run in the top 3 here. I set out of the top 3 for quite a bit of spell this year already, and I'm getting things rolling. I guess I just got to get it rolling a little more. But it is what it is. I want to thank Kurt and Jason for coming down. They sponsored the race. It's great having a sponsor here. I also want to welcome Don Davis back from Georgia. He made the trip up here by himself. That's a dedication right there to slot cars. So, it's been a good year. Like I said, I'm hoping if things go right, maybe next week I can come. Maybe the first, I guess, be like first repeat winner, because ain't nobody repeated the Lucas yet. So I'm going to be hungry next week, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's going to be do or die, because that's the last one of the season. So congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, here we are back at Outback with third place finisher Jimmy McFarland. A little bit better race this week for you than last week, and we're not going to get into what happened last week, but at least you got a smile on your face. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm always to stand up here. I'll be happy with that every week. I guess the wins will come when they can, but I tell you, to stand up here, it's rough. I mean, it's hard to get up here every week, every other week, but it's just so competitive. It's gotten more competitive as we've went through this year. The couple guys, Saggy and Randy Ritter, Brent, they've called us. They've been doing their homework, and they've called us where Trevor was winning by 6, 8, 10 laps. Now he just won by 2, and Brent beat me by 2, and I beat Allen by 1 inch. So it's really extremely tight.
Yeah, and that's what we like here. I mean, and I think you kind of set the bar pretty high here earlier in the season, and you got them all scratching their head, and they were working and digging, and now you can start seeing the parity coming back. But I told Trevor he got to be pretty happy, because he knew where he started, and he had to make the laps down the bottom, and he knew he was going to be a sitting duck out there on the outside. But he made enough to hang on. They were coming, but hey, you gotta finish. Got to finish first, and he hung on out there, and you can't take nothing away from him.
Yeah. Last week I don't know what we were thinking. We tried something different. He had a new car. And we just tried something different, felt like it was going to work, and it wasn't bad. He run 4th. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. And I had a good run going and got tangled up a couple times, and took myself out of the race, and it's just a mistake on my part. And last week was bad, but we rebounded this week, 1st and 3rd. Very happy with that. Had 5 of my cars in the A main.
Well, and I ain't got to tell you, you're smart enough to know that even though you all was winning, you can't sit back and think you got it made. You better be finding more speed, because these guys don't give up in here.
Nope, absolutely not. And, he won, several straight, and I was running up front. Second, we won 2 a couple times. We won the twins, and, I sat back a little bit and enjoyed it, and here they come.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Well, good strong run, and we'll go into the Lucas race next week, and that's what you're the defending race winner of the Lucas. So we ain't had a repeat winner yet. So it's been Trevor took the first one, Brent took the second one, you took the third one. So it's either going to be a new one or a repeat.
Yeah, it could very well be a new one. Next week's going to be a barn burner. I don't know. I was just telling Trevor it's not the biggest money race. I guess it's just the name Lucas Oil. Everybody wants that win. it's going to be a good one next week.
All right, man. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.